Here to the Ty Walker Show, live here on remote from State Fair Community College as today. Well, I got a broadcasting job today, so got a little time here before we start this to bring you guys a quick video here at the Ty Walker Show, naming this a royal party, as the Royals have made some big moves here over the past few weeks and months. So, I mean, remember during the season, I was going on and on ranting about how terrible this team was. Well, there may be a huge turnaround. What's the cause of that? The Royals are starting to spend money, okay? We're going to start off at how it all started on when the Royals started making moves. They first went after Nick Anderson. They traded cash to Atlanta for Nick Anderson. Solid bullpen arm for a cheap price. Had an ERA just above 3 last year for Atlanta on a team that was in the playoffs. He was a pretty reliable bullpen arm. I give the rating of this an A. Just a solid A. Later that day, we made another deal with Atlanta in which we traded Jackson Kowar for Kyle Wright. Now, obviously, Wright would not pitch in 2024, but the last time he was healthy, he had a 21 season. A piece for the future that can help in the turnaround. I think the rating A+, low risk, with a reward that could be extremely high if we can get him back to his 2021 self. Then we get to the free agent signings. First one we had was free agent signing Garrett Hampton, a utility player that primarily plays shortstop. He played with Miami Blast. Nothing wrong with this. If any of the infielders need a break on a day off, Garrett Hampton's going to be in. He's kind of like what Matt Duffy was. He had some pretty good stats last year. Batting average of .276 with 3 home runs, 23 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. Pretty solid utility player. I give it a B. These next 3 are the best ones. Will Smith, a solid back end of the bullpen signing. Expect him to probably be the closer. Each of the last 3 seasons, he has won the World Series. Smith last year had 5 strikeouts. Had a little bit of a high ERA of 4.40. I give this a B. The biggest signing, though, of the free agency so far has been Seth Lugo. Yes, the Royals actually were able to steal him for the Red Sox. The Red Sox were trying to give him a deal as well. As a Royals fan, I was happy to get Lugo. Huge signing, 3 years, $45 million, which was one of the Royals' highest contracts they've ever given to a free agent. Had an 8-7 record over 146.1 innings with an ERA of 3.57, 140 strikeouts and 36 walks. He has a devastating curveball and a fastball that can hit 97, averages around 93, but it can hit 97. His curveball has an extremely high RPM, or rotations per minute. The curveball has the second highest RPM rate in 2023, and in 2016 he set the record for the most rotations ever on a pitch. He should immediately jump to the front of the starting rotation as the number 2 behind Cole Reagan's rating. It's obviously an A+. Then on the same day, we saw the Royals sign Chris Stratton, a solid reliever that pitched for the Cardinals and the Rangers last year. Had a 2-1 record with a 3.92 ERA, over 82.2 innings with 81 strikeouts, 25 walks. He has a fastball that can hit a max of 96. It does average to 93, but it can hit 96. I give it an A- record. I imagine he comes at the 8th inning to set up Will Smith. Then there's also been some rumors going around the Royals franchise. The Royals are being linked to pitchers like Lucas Giolito, Michael Wacha, Jack Flaherty. Then Marcus Stroman, I guess, made an Instagram post putting the state motto of Kansas. Now, I don't know if he doesn't know this, but the Royals are not in Kansas. They're in Missouri. But a little bit interesting there. I mean, he could be coming to Royals. So far, what I've heard of is the only team that's been talking to Stroman. If we can get any of these guys, just add that into a rotation of Reagans, Lugo, Singer, and Lyles. If we can get any of those guys, it would make this starting rotation a lot better. Zack Greinke has also said that he's preparing to pitch in 2024 and could go back to Kansas City. If this happens, I hope he goes in the bullpen with a great starting rotation right now. I feel like if we put him in the starting rotation, it would just set us back from what we're trying to do of coming back next season. I don't think Zack Greinke is a guy we put in the starting rotation. Royals also made some minor league deals. These are just kind of like the best ones so far. Dan Adavilla, a pitcher, missed the last 2 seasons due to Tommy John surgery, but supposedly here during the Winter League, during the offseason, hit a fastball speed of 98 miles an hour, so a good hard-throwing pitcher. Signed third baseman Mike Barroso. Struggled a bit last year in Milwaukee with a batting average of 205, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, played 28 games last year. kind of guy that's for depth. Got to prove himself, though, if he wants to make the Major League roster. Sam Long, pitcher, wasn't really that good last year. 0-1 record with the A's, 5.60 ERA. Then we selected Matt Sower out of the Rule 5 draft. He's 24, posted an ERA of 3.42 with 83 strikeouts and 28 walks over 68.1 innings at AA Somerset in 2023 for the Yankees. He pitched and released in the Arizona Fall League, and it's clear whether the Royals plan to use him as a starter or reliever, but I believe he has great potential. It's a good pickup for Kansas City out of the Rule 5 draft. Then the last minor league contract that I focused on is Luis Cessa. He appeared in 9 games last year with an ERA of 9 over 26 innings. He spent time with the Rockies and the Nationals, AAA or affiliates. He needs to prove himself in the minors before potentially returning to the big leagues. We'll see what this pitching staff can do to him in Omaha. I feel like we could get something out of him. We'll just see what we can get. But all in all, I think this team has a really bright future, and I can't wait to watch this team next year in 2024. I think it will be fun. Whenever I saw some of these first guys we got, like Nick Anderson, Kyle Wright, I knew it was going to be exciting. And then once we got Seth Lugo, that's when I really thought, man, this Royals team is going all in. They're being serious, and they might actually have a good season next year. But I'm Ty Walker, quick episode here at the Ty Walker Show. We'll see you guys next time, and peace.